Are you new to Bubble and looking to get started? In this video, we'll give you 5 simple steps to get started with Bubble and give you the building blocks that you need to know about before you get into learning everything there is to know about building with Bubble. First thing that you need to know about when you're building in Bubble as a beginner is the Data tab and how the Data tab works. The Data tab is the first area that I go to when I'm building in Bubble, and it allows you to set up your database for your Bubble app. The database is really important because it's the structure of everything that is going on inside of your app. So when users take action, that data is saved into the database to be used later. And it also saves all of the information about the users. And the way that you set up your database is going to impact how your app is going to scale in the future. So in this example, think of this is almost like a link in bio app database. And then we're going to store the links that we're going to show on that page. And then here inside of each link, we're going to save the URL, the title, the page that it's a part of. So we're referencing, and then the image and the description. So don't worry if it's a little bit confusing. As you learn more about Bubble, you're going to understand what all of these things are. But just know that it's really important to understand what the Data tab is and how to use it when you're brand new to Bubble. The second thing that you should know about when you're building in Bubble is the Styles tab. So the Styles tab allows you to save styles to your app and then use them over and over again in your app so you don't have to continuously design the same thing. So just as an example, if we click on button here and we have our primary button, if we change the color of this button to green and then go back to our app, now everywhere that we were using that style of primary button, it updated to green. So this is something that you can do for every part of your app. And it's something that you should know is a possibility so that when you are building your app, you are taking advantage of all of these styles. The third thing that you should know if you're brand new to Bubble is that there are a lot of different plugins that you can add to your app to extend the functionality. So if we click add plugins, just as an example, there's thousands that you can go through, but you can add this functionality. So just as an example, you can add this progress bar into your app. You can add these chart elements if you want. There are a lot of different plugins that you can use. I'll actually share a link in the description to a blog post that I wrote with some of my favorite plugins to just show you what is possible in building your Bubble. The next thing that you need to know about when you're building in Bubble is what the workflow tab is. So the workflow tab allows you to take action and build logic into your app. So just as an example, this is a workflow that says when the button sign up is clicked, we're going to sign the user up, and then we're going to go to the account page. So just a really simple workflow. But this shows you kind of how it's set up in the workflow tab. And this is where a lot of the logic is going to happen in your app. So it's important to know what this workflow tab is and how it works. The fifth tip that you should know about is what the design tab is. So the design tab is how you visually build your app. So you can see as you're building it exactly what it's going to look like for the end user, and you can change it up however you want. You should know that in the design tab, Bubble has something called responsive design. And just so you can see as an example, here, this container layout is a column. If we change it to a row, it's going to change everything horizontally. So I'm going to go back because that's not what we want. But basically, if you are familiar with the box model, HTML, CSS, Flex design, then you'll be familiar with how the Bubble responsive designer works. So again, if it seems a little bit confusing now, if it seems like something you've never heard of, as you learn more about Bubble, it's all going to become second nature, and it's all going to make a lot more sense. But you should know if you're brand new to Bubble, what the responsive designer is, and that it's a thing, and that it's something that you're going to want to learn more about. A 6th bonus tip that you should know about if you're brand new to Bubble is that you can go into the settings, go to domain/email here at the top, and add your own custom domain so that you can host your Bubble app and have it say in the URL whatever you want it to be. Now, this is something that you need to be on a starter plan to do, but it allows you to set up your own domain on your Bubble app, so you don't have to use Bubble's default URL. Hopefully this is a helpful overview if you are brand new to Bubble. If you want to learn a lot more about building with Bubble, check out the link in the description to go to No Code MBA's Building with Bubble course. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you got any value out of this, and leave a comment below if I can answer any questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.